class, welcome back. Once again, I'm Matt Fisher, your accounting professor. In the previous video, we started the budgeting process and we did the sales budget. That was pretty easy. Now we're going to move on probably to one of the more difficult, if not the most difficult budget. It's the production budget. But it makes sense. So you really need to pay attention and to follow this process and really think about what we're doing and why we're doing it. Because it makes perfect sense, but you just got to get that to make sense in your own brain, all right? So, like I said previously, the sales budget really is what's driving everything. So think about it. If we're going to prepare a production budget and we're manufacturing potato chips, we're going to start with, well, how many bags of potato chips do we think we're going to sell in the month? So I already have here, and this is from the previous video, from the previous budget, the sales budget. I already have our sales of 10,000, 12,000, and 11,000, or 66,000 for the quarter. You can see off here that I also have for April. Now I'm just giving you this number. So it's given that we're going to anticipate 10,000 in sales, 10,000 bags of potato chips in April. And you'll see a little bit later why we need that number. Now, the next thing I'm going to tell you is that they anticipate that we're going to need about 20% of next month's sales in ending inventory. So let's think about that. 20% of next month's sales in ending inventory. So what we're saying then is 20% of that is going to be needed in January, okay? Because we're going to have sales of 10,000. So we don't want to produce just 10,000, because if we produce 10,000, then on February 1st, we won't have any bags. So we'll want a little bit of inventory to start the new month off with. So this, like I just said, is 20%. So I like to write little arrows in there and put my 20% in. So 20% of 12,000 is 2,400. So now my unit sales are 10,000 bags. I want to have 2,400 at the end of the month. So that means I need to produce at least 12,400. But now hopefully you're saying, well, wait a minute, did I already have some though? When I started January 1st, did I already have some? So the problem may tell you what there were. And let's say that the problem said 2,000. So we started January off with 2,000. Well, if we need 12,400, but on January 1st, we already had 2,000, then you can see that we just subtract this and we say, okay, well then our needs are 10,400 bags of potato chips. That's what we're going to need to produce in January. So now this is what we're going to need for our next budget, which is going to be the materials budget, all right? Probably potatoes, because we're making potato chips, so it's probably going to be potatoes. So anyway, let's finish this now. This relationship stays. So that means that 20% of this is going to be needed in the next month, which would be 2,200. We would add this together to say, okay, our needs in February are 14,200. Now, beginning inventory. Let's think about this. What is our beginning inventory? Well, our ending inventory for January, right? Our ending inventory in January, that means the end of the month, January, was 2,400. So then this becomes our beginning inventory in February. All right, so that gets us 11,800. When we take 14,200 minus 2,400, that gets us 11,800. Right. So now, let's do March. We started with our projected sales for the month of March, 11,000. We need to add in our desired ending inventory for March. So now what is that? We move off here. Now you can see why we needed this, right? So 20% of that is what's needed. So 20% of 10,000 is 2,000. So hopefully now you see we need to add these two together, saying, okay, our total needs are 13,000. Now let me pause here. What's our beginning inventory? You're right. Our beginning inventory is this relationship again. This ending inventory in February would be our beginning inventory in March, which would then get us 10,800 ending inventory. Now, let's take a look at the quarter in total. So you can see here for the quarter in total, the first quarter, that's January 1st through March 31st, we're gonna add up our total sales. So 10,000 plus 12,000 plus 11,000 gets us 33,000 bags of chips. Right. Now, it says to add our desired ending inventory. Now we wouldn't add all these together because our desired ending inventory for the quarter is 2,000 because the end of the quarter is March 31st, which would be my 2,000 here. So now I can add these two together. So my total needs for the quarter are 35,000, but did I have beginning inventory? So it's the same principle here. It's not adding all these up. It's saying, oh, my beginning inventory for the quarter is January 1st. So it's the 2,000 bags. So I'll add in 2,000 here, or put in 2,000 there. That's beginning inventory, so I subtract that out, and then that tells me that I need to produce 33,000 bags for the quarter in total. And now when we add these up, those should equal our total of 33,000 bags. And you can see there that it does. Okay. Now, these numbers are needed because this is what's going to be used in our next budget. How much material, what's the amount of material we're going to need to produce these bags of potato chips? Well, I'm going to be producing 10,400 bags, 11,800, 10,800 in those months respectively. All right, class, I hope this has helped you. I hope you've enjoyed these videos. Make sure that you go through them. This is a really important one. It's a little bit more difficult than the sales budget, but you need to prepare the production budget in order to now move forward and prepare your materials, labor, overhead budgets. All right, I hope to see you back soon. Good luck in accounting.